Hello, Jonathan Casey here with Mercury's Messenger Astrology. Here to talk about Saturn coming out of shadow and making new ground here on Christmas Day. Yes, boy, Saturn went stationed just after Easter, and now he's coming out of that shadow on Christmas. And I don't know about all you guys, but I went through some stuff this year. Um, it started last year at the eclipse, but really uh, things just escalated or um, hit a point, a catalyst uh, at that time when Saturn went retrograde, and it freaked me out, and I kind of retreated a lot. Um, I I don't know. I don't want to talk all that much about my situation. I want to talk more about the astrology, but I've been kind of waiting for this time since then about making new ground. And so this video I want to talk about basically some of what I feel this period was about, and give us some kind of direction, I guess, with building this new ground, some hope to move forward with. Okay, so here I have us not on Christmas Day when Saturn moves out of shadow. I did a video already where I talk about that, and I have it on that time where we also had an eclipse. Now, I also did a video on the Pluto Saturn conjunction happening on the 11th and 12th of January. I didn't mention in that video on the eclipse that will be happening the day before on the 10th of January. The eclipse being in Cancer. You can see down at the bottom here, January 10th, 2020, which is a Friday at 10 after 2 p.m. at its peak. I'm in Ontario, Canada, so adjust that to your time zone. But yeah, here I brought us to the chart in between the two eclipses when the moon reaches its first quarter. So the moon is in between. This is the in between point between the two eclipses after Saturn moves out of shadow. And basically I feel like between Easter and Christmas, for myself anyhow, I feel like a major transformation was taking place, death and rebirth, so to say. And when Saturn came out of retro in the I think it was in September. Sometime in September. It was definitely during the Virgo harvest season. I was taking note, and a lot of scary shit was taking place around me. But yeah, what was going on in the fall here after Saturn went direct was we had a lot of these planets here, Mercury, the Sun, the Moon, Venus. They were all in Scorpio. And Scorpio is a sign of death and rebirth, transformation. And Mars was the last one to go through this, okay? And here we have Mars in between the eclipses, okay? In a few hours in Ontario, I moved the clock up to when the moon is exactly at 11 degrees in a perfect square, and it happens just before midnight here in Ontario. And anyhow, I wanted to point out a few things. That Mars is at that last degree of this death and rebirth transformation. Mars is that action of the transformation, and the moon is in Aries. The moon, Mars rules Aries. So that energy, we're feeling something new, right? Aries is the first sign. We're feeling something new in this transformation. And this feeling of something new is in perfect square to the nodes. But what else is going on over here? So the node is at 8, south node's at 8 degrees, and Mercury's at 7, and Jupiter's at 7. They're all conjunct. It's not quite perfect. Mercury will be there first. It's all perfecting. The nodes actually move the opposite direction of everything else. So this is tightening up quick here. And this is in the sign of Capricorn. So something in regards to the structure, the political, I hate when somehow that happens and I have no idea how to correct it. I always have to just frickin' restart my program. It's I don't know what's going on. I'm just touching the pad and that happens. So let's go back to, here we go, the third, or was I on the second? I was on the second, yep. So yeah, Mercury's about communication, the messenger, right? And conjunct Jupiter like that is definitely expanding. So something clear, right? And I've been saying that 2020 is going to be about 2020 vision, about clarity, okay? Balance, possibly even, just before Easter we had 2 Libra, it would have been full moons, 2 full moons in Libra. So it was setting the balance. 2019 was about setting the balance and transforming, becoming who we're meant to be, really stepping up in the world and standing for what we believe in, doing what's right, helping one another. This is all Capricorn, okay, of the structure. Capricorn rules the 10th house, it's reputation, and there's some powerful stuff going on. The eclipse, the Pluto Saturn conjunction, Jupiter in Capricorn, all this stuff, and Mercury's currently there. Mercury won't be in Capricorn too long. I haven't looked when he goes retrograde. He might possibly go retro back into Capricorn, therefore being there for a while. I know he was in he goes retrograde 3 times a year, so just by a quick thought process, if it happens 3 times a year, then he might not go retrograde until Pisces. So therefore, yeah, I highly doubt he'll go retrograde in Capricorn then. So Mercury will just keep moving along. Nonetheless, Saturn rules Capricorn. Saturn's making new ground. It's exactly that. It's coming into balance. It's transforming and seeing things clear and becoming who we need to be, a better version of us, so we could create a better world as we move more and more into the age of Aquarius. There's many different theories. Many different people say that we're already in Aquarius, or maybe 2020 is a tipping point or whatnot. I believe that it's not until Pluto exits Capricorn, which will be happening, I believe, in the year 2024, late 2023, maybe even. But I believe he retrogrades back in, and 2024 is when we have that next great American eclipse. And I really feel like some eclipse season in 2025 in late August, September, when all the slow moving planets, Saturn, Capricorn, Saturn, Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune, are all at 1 degree of new signs. Saturn actually is conjunct Neptune at the beginning of Aries. Uranus is at the beginning of Gemini, and Pluto is at the beginning of Aquarius. Pluto being that transformation into Aquarius. And so I've done a video on that. It's a long video. I did it a while ago. I think I called it something about pole shift. I was theorizing that Uranus, because when Uranus moved into Taurus, there was a lot of talk about pole shift, and so I did the video saying that there's no immediate threat, but possible timeline for this would be when Uranus moves into Gemini, Gemini being an air sign, and also about environment. Okay, so the environment changing through the sky, through our planet shifting, and our, whatever, just air being light, and so the poles tipping. There, I go through a big theory in that video, so feel free to watch it if you like. But I'm excited for Saturn making new ground for Christmas. I really feel like it's a new birthing point for humanity, and the age of Aquarius. This is where it all begins. And we are pretty close to that middle point. This year, anyways, is that middle ground between those two great American eclipses. There's a lot going on this year. We're starting the year with this impeachment process, and we're ending the year with elections in the states. So this is the year really to step up, to transform yourselves now, and start acting in the better. Just build yourself up, even, okay? By building yourself up and doing what's not good for you. I'm not saying like uh, start hoarding financially and hoarding money in case of some apocalyptic event or something like that. I mean, bettering yourself in morality and ethics, and being the best version you can be to show up and be the best version in the world. And so, yeah, this is going to be my video for today. Thank you guys for watching. I am probably going to post this actually on Christmas, so I'll set a scheduled release date on YouTube. And yeah, see you guys all again real soon. Bye now.